Hello everyone and welcome to this special episode of Rock and Roll English where I have a rock and roll story for you. Okay, so I was about 16 and a strange thing happened, okay? It was a beautiful sunny day in England, okay? As I'm sure you're aware, this is not such a regular thing, okay? So being a 16-year-old boy, I really wanted to make the most out of this day. So I was sitting on the sofa in my underwear watching TV, okay, just to really, maximize this sunny day. Then my dad called me and said something terrible. Can you take the washing from the washing machine and hang it outside? And I thought, oh shit, this means I need to put some clothes on. I need to actually do something. Oh, what a nightmare. So as you can imagine, I really didn't want to do this. But like a good son, the good son that I am, I followed the orders, put some clothes on, took the washing out and started to hang it on the washing line. This is the thing about England, actually. Everyone gets excited when it's a sunny day, just so you can get some washing done and it can dry quickly. I mean, that really is quite a sad thing, isn't it? Anyway, there I was hanging the washing on the washing line. And as you know, I really didn't want to do this. So I was looking for the quickest way to finish, okay? And I noticed something. I noticed the clothes were staying on the line without the pegs, okay? Now, the pegs are the things that you put on the clothes so they don't blow away, so they hold them, let's say. So I thought, excellent, there's no wind, it's a lovely sunny day, so I don't need to waste time putting on these pegs. So I'm not going to use the pegs and I will save time and I will finish this boring task as quickly as possible. Then, later that day, I had a football match, so I took my bike, cycled about 5 kilometres to the football pitch, played the match, etc. Then, after the match, I got a phone call from my dad. He called me and said, why the are the clothes all around the garden and not on the washing line? Then I thought, oh shit, the wind blew them away. So I did need to use the pegs. The pegs do have a purpose. So obviously my dad was fuming. He was very angry. Now, let's analyze this, okay? Why did I do the job in this way? Because I was lazy. Because I didn't want to do it properly. Now, I looked at the definition of the word lazy, okay? And lazy means not willing to work or use energy. And that was exactly me. To do this job of hanging the washing out, I was not willing to work or use energy. But why? Because the job was boring. It didn't interest me in any way. But on the other hand, I cycled 5 kilometres to play football. I then ran around, played football, and then I cycled 5 kilometres back. So in that case, I was willing to work and use energy because the job of football interested me. So I am here today to tell you that lazy doesn't exist, okay? There is only interested and not interested. And now I'm sure this is exactly the same with your English because I know you want to improve. I know you say all of the time, my English is not good, I want to improve it, I want to go to the next level. I'm 100% sure of it. But why do you not reach that goal? Why do you not improve? Well, let me ask you a question. What do you do to improve? What do you do to improve your English at the moment? Now, I'm sure you listen to podcasts. You're obviously listening to this podcast. Maybe you watch some films on Netflix, but that's doing the minimum, okay? That's putting the washing out without the pegs. That's the minimum effort. Because if you really want to improve, you need to put your body or your mind, your brain, under stress. It's like going to the gym. If you want to get muscles, you can't lift 2-kilogram weights. You can't do the minimum. You need to put your body under stress. You need to push yourself, lift 20 kilogram weights. But the reason you don't is because you're lazy, or you say you're lazy. Because remember, lazy doesn't exist. There is only interested and not interested. In my case, I wasn't interested in the washing, but I was interested in playing football. So the problem wasn't a lack of energy. The problem wasn't laziness. The problem was I wasn't interested. And as I said, this is exactly the same with your English. Maybe in the past you have done an English course at school, or you have followed an online course, or even worse, you bought a textbook, tried to follow the rules, and you stopped. You stopped in all of these. Maybe you gave up when you were at the English school, you gave up the online course, and you didn't finish this book. You stopped. Why? Not because you were lazy, but because you were not interested. So the answer is find something you are interested in and take action, obviously, because without action, nothing changes. Now, if you like rock and roll English, then I suggest the action you take is to join the Rock and Roll English family, because you are interested in rock and roll English. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast right now. And everything in the Rock and Roll English family is in a rock and roll English way, let's say. It's a way of life, isn't it? So you will be interested. There is nothing boring. Boring is the enemy of rock and roll English. And by joining, you will be taking action and putting your body or your mind under stress. You will be speaking, reading, listening, and writing English and getting direct feedback from me. So if you are an upper intermediate or an advanced speaker and you want to improve, the Rock and Roll English is for you. Now remember, membership officially opens next week and will cost €25 a month, as there is a lot on offer now, including individual lessons with me. When you join, yes, you will have individual lessons with me. But if you simply send me an email now and say, I want to join, then you will only pay €20 a month and never more. So if the cost continues to increase, which it might increase to 30, 40, because I keep adding things. I now have quit my job and I work full-time on the Rock and Roll English family. It is becoming an online English school, let's say, but a rock and roll online English school. So if you send me that very simple email, you will never pay more than 20. So send an email to martin@rockandrollenglish.com saying simply, I want to join the family. Or you can complete the form in the link of this podcast. So stop your phone, click on the podcast, the description of the podcast, and there is a link. Complete that form and just say, yes, I want to join. Stop. And then you will never pay more than €20 a month. And I will be waiting for you in the family. In fact, as soon as you email me, I will send you a link to book your first individual lesson with me. So take action now. I hope to see you very soon. But in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.